Michael was killed at 2 o'clock in the morning from a laser.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But even if you watching on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish you was smooth 7. Shout out to the collective again. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But, and y'all was asking me when mom's gonna come back to the channel, when I'm gonna put her in another video. I'll bring her on probably Saturday's video, so y'all get to go ahead and rock out with moms again. So I have been seeing y'all comments, and y'all been like, man, bring her back, bro, we miss her. So I got you, I'll bring her back. But I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm here rocking with the collective. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
The United States is owned by foreign corporations. Nixon opened it up for foreign trade. And when Nixon opened up for foreign trade, the people of Europe and the common market and Spain and different places, they don't care about the United States forest. And in short, the United States has been sold out by people who really don't care for anything but money. I've had all the money in the world 3 times. I had to give it back to keep the game going.
What game?
The game. It's a game. Money is a game. It's only real to the people who work for it. The people that don't need to work for money, it's a monopoly game. It's a game of paper. It's all on paper. I've got a production company, and I've got a recording company, and I've got a mansion in Beverly Hills, and I've got Rolls Royces and Ferraris. I've got everything money can buy, but it's all on paper. Everything's done through the companies and through the tax loopholes, and the people that live on that level, they don't care about the average honest mule that just goes back and forwards to work. They don't care about the children that are in the streets that are thrown out of this upper echelon of existence. And then when all the children fall down into me, on my level, I pretty much identify with them because I was a throwaway also. So it goes to the point of, do you really care?
When you said...
And who does care? And if anybody cares, they're considered crazy. I've been 15 years in the nut ward for trying to stop the trees from being cut down, from trying to rearrange a lifestyle of a bunch of people who don't want to change. But they're going to change because the cold wind is blowing.
Damn, hopefully that clip get to stay in, don't get taken out. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but like, I was in imagine how many of us that went over our heads as a kid, and it programmed us as a kid to where the point where some of us had to learn how to get off the sugars as if it was something deeper. Or is it? I'm just asking questions. Y'all let me know. Now this is the musician in me. This is the musician in me. I don't know if anybody realized the creators had to sit back. This before AI, because AI can make your raps now. The person who had to write that, bro, I need to know who to write. I need to know who wrote that, bro. Whoever wrote that probably got classics under their belt. Because, bro, that was hard to do. That was creative to do. To rhyme those words, make it even make sense yeah, that, bro, that was, the artist in me is looking at that like, bro, that's creative as I don't know what. I got to get a writer some credit for that. It gave us some gems, told us the truth. But just being creative was like, that was talent right there, bro. I need to see what else he wrote.
First glance, the figure looks similar to a human, but watch as it swings its arm out to grasp the tree. It has unusually long, ape-like appendages and moves around in a primal manner.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this video is AI, obviously, but check this out. Very interesting. I mean, I think in many ways, back in the day here, they had a lot of things right. And now we're living in strange times, I will say. Are we being held in an artificial kind of state of consciousness and state of the world? Possibly. We're going to talk more about this on my Rumble channel. If you want to tune in, comment the word Rumble below and check your DM.
In upstate Wisconsin and in Michigan, there is a thing called the Dog Man. Yeah, the Dog Man. And guess what he looks like? I'll give you a hint. A combination between a man and a dog, almost like a werewolf. Now, I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but my grandparents lived up there in Ashland, Wisconsin, which is northwest Wisconsin. And there were rumors even back then, we're talking over 50 years ago, of some weird-looking wolf-type animal thing. Yeah, like that. Which was scary, but it was also bigger, smarter, faster, and more vicious than a wolf. You gotta remember, this was the 1970s when I first heard about this thing. The 1970s. There was no internet to spread stories around. Heck, cable TV wasn't even real yet. But people up there in northern Wisconsin, northern Michigan, northern Minnesota knew about the Dog Man. They knew about him. And they were scared. Seriously scared. So my question is, what do you think? Do you think the Dog Man is possibly real? Or are people just eating a bunch of bad olives, having bad dreams? Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Shabadoo Bushkis. Shabadoo.
The clip with the water creature, I think that's, I'm gonna say I think it's fake. I think it's fake. Y'all let me know. I don't think it's real. I really don't think it's real. I think it is some form of AI, CGI, it's something. Let me know y'all thoughts. Cause maybe one of y'all can, maybe somebody in the collective gonna switch my mind. Gonna be like, man, hey look, go look at this and then tell me if you think this is real. I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts. This last clip, I seen some of you, I seen some comments of some people were from northern Michigan. Some people are from this region. And y'all said that y'all have seen the Dog Man and this shit is real. But then I've seen some comments and people saying, nah, it's not real at all. Like I seen comments of people saying the mermaids ain't real. And I seen a hell of a lot of comments of people saying that, no, y'all have seen them. And y'all said that they are real. I seen some people who are in Africa who said, bro, who have said y'all village is literally been at war with some of these mermaids or sirens. So I think it all falls behind perspective. If you've seen it, you're a believer. And some people aren't like that. Some people have to see it to believe, and some people be like, you know what, I'm gonna learn off your experience, or I'm gonna hear you out. And some people open-minded enough to be like, I may not have ever seen it, but it's a possibility it's out there. I think it all varies on who you are. But y'all let me know your thoughts. Ain't nothing wrong with whoever you are. If that's who you are, stand on your truth. But I'm just saying, just, being open-minded to everybody's perspective. Spam it up.
You know the song Stairway to Heaven?
Yeah.
If you play Stairway to Heaven backwards, you hear messages talking about Satan, the devil. Really? Yeah. Isn't that clear though?
Oh, it's
calling you to join him. The Lord turned me off.
oh my.
Isn't that
God.
crazy? It's so clear though.
Wait, keep
It's so
playing
clear.
it.
There's no escaping.
I hear a lot of the S
Yeah,
word.
you hear that a lot. If you listen to the song Stairway to Heaven, the purpose of the song too kind of lines up both forward
With the message.
and backwards.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the message in Stairway to Heaven is there's a woman and she's trying to buy her way to heaven. And there's two ways that you can go down that path.
It shows both sides.
It's both sides.
Yeah, man, that's some deep ass writing right
7,
there.
6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war.
What is that? And I got a question. Who else experienced weird paranormal events in their grandparents' house? Let me know. Because they ain't the only person. We seen other people. And I know I've experienced some weird shit in my grandparents' house. Let me know y'all thoughts. Is that a reach?
It's real. Chrissy Teigen is definitely in it. Chrissy Teigen is an American model, but most people know her because she is married to the singer John Legend. She has tweeted a number of questionable things throughout the years. She deleted over 60,000 tweets when Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, was arrested in 2020. You can pause the video here to see some of the crazy things she's tweeted. It's really disturbing. Most people believe she was a part of Pizzagate. Allegedly. And if you don't know what Pizzagate is, look it up. The code word for wanting a minor would be pizza. These tweets made most people believe Chrissy was a part of Pizzagate. And she's also a known bully. These are just some of the tweets she directed at a 9-year-old. All because said 9-year-old won Best Dressed at the Oscars. Another case where she bullied a 16-year-old for absolutely no reason. She just doesn't seem like a good person at all. So yes, if the Illuminati is real, she's a good candidate for being a member. As always, thank you for watching. Oh yeah, and also if you're interested, I started a Discord conspiracy community. Link is in the bio. Thank you for watching. Stay weird.
One time Trump lost, he said it was rigged. The few weeks ago when
First,
Trump
there's
lost.
2 Trumps.
Okay.
The one in the red tie is the real one. The one in the blue tie is not. The one you saw last night after the victory was the blue tie. Now, if you would punch up Dr. Carson, Ben Carson, when Trump called him a and the next day he joined Trump. And the guy asked him, see, every now and then you slip and say something? He said, why'd you do that? He said, it's 2 Trumps. I was with the good one.
Damn. Y'all believe him? I seen y'all comments about that.
This is how spirits affect people in their everyday life that y'all cannot see. So that video right there was just an example of how spirits affect people in a real 3D world. Y'all be thinking these folk be crazy, but really a spirit be attached to them. Just like how them spirits tricking and talking to everybody around you, but only certain type of people can see it. And they usually like to affect low vibrational people. That's just something I wanted y'all to see right there.
Every picture pinned up in his room. He's got my poster, calendar, everything.
What is your name? Occupation?
I am a singer and B-movie actor.
Where do you live?
I live in New York City, in Greenwich Village.
When his friends come over, or some of the family, he takes them straight up to his room.
I have management and I have a lawyer here in London, so I'm working with Ben Mawson and Ed Millett, and we're looking for a new deal.
People are always asking me what I think about Texas. Well, I love Texas, but it looks a whole lot better in my rearview mirror.
I think when I was younger, I knew I wanted to be a singer, but we didn't really know anyone who was a real singer, so I sort of planned on having a more normal life, just doing something else, and then when I
Well, my boyfriend's in the band. He plays guitar while I sing lyrics. I've got feathers in my hair. I get down to be poetry.
There was quite a few similarities there.
I think it was a cargo plane flying through Alaska. And they said that these, first of all, he said there was these two little lights that like came up and were darting around in front of them. Like
yeah, they were little rectangular lights and they were like scanning like this, but shining the light beam into the cockpit. And it was hot and scaring the pilots. I mean,
and the pilot just said that he reached into his briefcase to pull a camera out to take a photo of them and they just vanished. And then a couple minutes later, this mothership shows up. That's like the size...
It's
the size of
like
a football stadium or
It's
something.
the shape of a walnut. It's about 1,000 feet diameter.
He drew an amazing. He drew an amazing illustration, Steve, of how big it was. He drew a picture of the plane that he was flying compared to the size of the craft.
Right.
Which is, you could probably find it on this Wikipedia article, or if you type in the guy's name, the pilot's name, and the Japanese Airlines cargo flight.
Yeah, Kenji Tarachi.
It is insanely big.
Michael Jackson. I mean, you knew him. It seems like he needed that fix. That money, it was never enough.
What money? What about money? He didn't have no childhood. See, y'all always be trying to talk about shit you don't know. He didn't have a childhood, huh? All right. He had all the money he wanted, all the fame he wanted. Huh? But he never bounced the ball. Huh? So y'all gonna sit there and talk about somebody you ain't never talked to him. Huh? Michael Jackson. Huh? A child. His mind was a child. Became one of the most powerful human beings in the world. And they killed him. Michael was killed at 2 o'clock in the morning from a laser. What's the police chief? He's not police chief of New York. Patton? Whatever.
I was thinking Gates, but that's before.
No. And then 4 days later, they go into the house and find this bloody shirt of Michael's. And then understand it's like $450,000 worth of jewelry and cash missing. So white boy said, we have to get rid of you, but we'll ease you out. So then he comes and he works in Virginia, which is called the CIA, and now he's the police chief of New York. I fucking couldn't. Gangster. That's what it's about.
Well, I thought it was because of the Sony thing. They wanted I believe there was some.
But that's because you don't have the information.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
I said he was by a laser. Huh? I just told you it was a bloody shirt and the money. Just public. All you gotta do is go look it up. Huh? Okay. I didn't come here to find out what you think.
No, I'm just asking.
No, you didn't. You say you thought. I'm not interviewing you. You interviewing me. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Huh? But you go do it. I respect who you gonna be. So don't sit here and tell me you thought it was the Sony thing. Huh? Okay. What was the Sony thing about? Tell my grandmother.
Well, my understanding was that he was going to get the Beatles catalog.
He already had it. Huh?
Okay.
He bought the Beatles catalog when his people told him don't buy it. He bought it for $48 million. When they killed him, it was worth $2.5 billion. Huh? Huh? Stuff go on in your house I don't know nothing about. there's a persona out there I don't know nothing about. But when we sitting here with respect for one, I don't want to hear what you thought. I saw the check, nigga. Huh? So I got to sit here what you thought. Who cares? Huh? That's all I'm saying.
I understand.
And then what they didn't know when they came out with the will, his 3 children's name was misspelled. Huh?
So
the day he was supposed to have signed it.
So it's a fake will.
It's a fake will. Huh? That's what I'm saying. Okay? That's all.
Some will say he's a master of disguises. He's somewhere out there. Some will say Dick Gregory is on point. It's going to be a 50-50 split. I know. I respect everybody's opinion. Whatever way you leaning, I respect it. I could see it being either or. And I'm open-minded to it being either or. Do I think he's gone? I do. I think he's gone. I think he's transitioned. But again, if I'm wrong, I'm not mad. Because I'm still open-minded to the fact that his ass could still be in disguising somewhere. But considering it's that much money on the line, that's a lot of money on the line to sit there and say they ain't gonna come take somebody's head off. Because them people come get you for a greenback. Straight up. I'm just saying. It's for entertainment purposes. Hearing Dick Gregory talk is like crazy because that's how my grandparents would talk to me. That's crazy. And if I start doing something off, nah, get it right. Like, yeah, I love the way they talk. I love that OG talk. I love it. I know some young people or people younger than me in their 20s and stuff, they don't like it, but I'm used to it. That's how I was raised. But I like it, man. I like it. Shout out to Dick Gregory, man. Rest in peace.
Last month, they found proof to a story that happened in the Bible. You ever hear the story of Sodom and Gomorrah? Oh, no. In the Bible, there was a city. People in the city were sinning and they're doing terrible acts, right? And God wanted to punish the city. And he said, I'm going to send fire to destroy it. But I'm going to warn this family there that I think they're good people. This family of this guy named Lot. Now, Lot, the angels came to him and warned him, hey, you guys have to leave because the city's going to go up in flames. Okay. So they all dipped. They all left out, right? Immediately, when they started leaving, balls of fire started hitting the city. Holy boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Engulfing the entire city into flames. One rule God said to them is you cannot look back. But it was so tempting for his wife. She really wanted to see what's happening to the city. So she turned her head and looked out at the city. Yeah. And she turned into a pillar of salt. What? Just recently, they found the pillar of salt. Wait, where? On a mountain that seemed to be the direction Lot and his family would have escaped from. Yo! Yeah, archaeological evidence. They found the whole city. There's a sulfur. They have no explanation for it. Also, it's true. That pillar is completely salt. Everything else is different material. Holy so interesting. They cracked into it. They did tests and they found bioorganic material that could have been from someone or something living. It lines up to Lot's wife in the story of Sodom.
Yo! My grandmother told me that story and I was scared as shit.
These guys were forced to keep walking, and if they stopped for any reason, they would be. What? So it all started when the government chose 50 boys to do this for a reason that is still unknown. The rules that they had to follow were they had to walk at a pace of 3 miles per hour and could not stop for anything. They also were not allowed to drink water, eat food, or get help from anyone, because the crazy part is there were people watching this happen to these guys.
Whoa, so they couldn't do any of that during the whole walk?
No, only what was provided to them during the event. But it gets crazier, bro. So remember I said they can't stop walking? They also can't slow down, or the boys will get a warning. The boys are given 3 warnings each. If they do anything outside of the rules, they will be shot by soldiers that are following behind as they're walking.
That's wild. I'd probably be shot in the first hour because there's no way I'd be able to walk for super long without food or water.
Nah, for real. I would be one of the first ones gone too. But there is a bit of a bright side to all this, because the last guy to survive and finish the walk is given a huge reward, which is pretty much anything they want for the rest of their life.
What do you mean anything?
I mean anything they want. Money, cars, whatever they can think of is theirs if they're the last man standing.
Yeah, that might keep me aligned a little bit longer, but I'll be too worried that I'm gonna get shot because I got a cramp in my leg or something that might slow me down for a second.
I know, that's all I would be thinking about too, but anything you want is a crazy reward to just throw out there. So it's pretty much a high risk, high reward for these boys.
Nah, I get that, but I don't know if whatever I want is a reward I'm willing to take if my life is on the line.
Yeah, nah, that actually reminds me of this quote I heard that goes, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul?"
So, see, I thought that the movie was just a movie based off a book that Stephen King wrote that's coming soon, but I didn't know that was a real thing. But they keep saying the reasons are unknown. We need to stop being naive and in denial. We know what the reasons are. We know why they're doing these experiments. They're trying to see how far they can push us. We are their guinea pigs. How they do tests on lab rats. That's what we are to these people, bro. When we gonna understand that? Control, domination, putting us where they want us to put us, have us do what they want us to do. We're their lab rats. They run tests on us. They experiment on us. They use sound frequencies on us. Bro, come on. Like, when we going, the sooner we can get to understanding that and keep going through unknown reasons and acting like we don't know the damn deal, bro, the longer it's going to take for us to flip the switch. I'm just being honest. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all let me know y'all opinions, man. Spam it up. But this for entertainment purposes. None of what I said was true or real.
This is why your hair stands up on your skin when something don't feel right. Okay? Or you hear the saying of your hair standing up on the back of your neck. What does an antenna do once it receives a frequency? It stands up right. Alright? So the reason the hair stands up on your back of your neck when something doesn't feel right or seem right is because your skin is literally an antenna. Now, these frequencies that you emit out your skin goes out into the universe and begins to immediately reshape your environment around you based upon what it is that you have been thinking, based upon what it is that you have been sending to the... Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Based on what it is that you have been sending to your brain. How have you been programming your computer? All right, your brain is literally a computer, all right? And the reason why a lot of us black people and Latinos, which are the original guys, are walking around completely blind and lost right now is because we walking around without no goddamn GPS, no Wi-Fi, okay? If you don't have the neurochemistry in your brain set up to teach, set up to learn, set up to better yourself, then you're going to do whatever programming you're thinking at the time, okay? So basically, these images that your ancestors used when they taught, once again, they're called hieroglyphics, all right? This is why they wrote those on those Egyptian pyramids.
Free Rashad Jamal, man.
Black Panther predicted the soon-to-be interaction with us with these higher advanced beings. Check out the ending.
When you said you would take me to California for the first time, I thought you meant Coachella or Disneyland. Why here?
This is where our father killed our uncle.
They're tearing it down. Good.
They are not tearing it down. I bought this building. And that building. And that one over there. This will be the first Wakanda International Outreach Center. Now Kia will oversee the social outreach. You will spearhead the science and information exchange.
You're kidding.
Yeah?
Man, what the hell is that? That's like a Bugatti spaceship.
Oh, it came out of nowhere. Did y'all see that?
Hey, take this back to the house. Pull up the school, man. Hey, look, we can break it apart. We can sell it on eBay. Everybody
I wouldn't do that if I were you guys.
Where you come from?
From Wakanda.
What is a Wakanda?
Hey, yo. This yours? Who are you?
Hey, what's crazy is when that movie first came out, I remember seeing that and I said, they telling us some shit. I said that thing. Me, my mom, and my sister went to go see that. And I was like, hey, they telling us some shit. And my sister looked at me like, you think so? I'm like, well, I think, bro. I know so. I know so. Me and my uncle used to talk about all this. So to see it start to come out and happen in 2025, and we had these talks in 2013, 2012, 2011. And it's like, bro, this shit started to... It's dope. It's dope. How y'all feel? How y'all feel? And seeing him buy that property and say what he wanted to turn it into, yeah, I'm going to keep it honest with y'all. I think that's, there's a certain artist who is no longer with us, and he always wanted to build community centers and teach taxes, teach music more than just rapping, teach people how to teaching people how to actually use their voice, piano lessons, instruments, things like that, learn how to produce, teach them education, all these things that we don't get in school, teach them at the community centers. So when they not in school, and they, because you know school is just really like getting babysat, there, you know, did y'all know there are schools that don't give homework? See, this shit's crazy. It's like, let them go to school, but when they get to the community center, they really learning some shit. Some shit that the kids is really going to be like attentive to. They're going to show their utmost attention and respect and love doing certain things. You know, give them opportunities to learn more about their self, to be creative and grow. Not just watch a tablet and play video games all day, or watch TV and all that type of stuff. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. And I think that's why one of those artists was taken out, because they were, that's the type of shit that can heal the world. That once is one thing to be popular and have the attention of the people, but the people ain't coming to get you until you start moving the people. They're not coming to get you until you start moving the people. That's when you are influential. That's when you are a problem for their way of life. I be trying to say shit and not go too far, but that, I think y'all get what I'm getting at. Let me know y'all thoughts.
Where's Mandela? Well, Mandela's...
The Mandela effect.
Now they're saying...
Someone, often many people, having a clear memory of something that actually did not happen.
Chef? Peanut butter?
A whole community sprung up around this. I mean, it's disorienting.
But these glitches that we see, like the Mandela effect, show me that it has its limits. If this structure is a simulated structure, the sim need only be concerned with the walls, the shadows, the glass, the reflections in the glass.
That's procedural generation. I mean, we use that in video games.
It's not wasting any power or any energy on what's inside the building. Not until someone has the intention to walk in there.
This world works that way, that when we're not observing it, it's saving data.
It's my belief that our observation contributes to the creation of the physical world, yes.
If a conscious being isn't observing something, does that thing actually exist? In computing, in video games, procedural generation allows a computer to not get bogged down in processing data that it isn't using or observing. If something isn't being observed by the collective consciousness, then it would cease to exist in...
It's all right. It's all right.
I was watching myself. I could see that I was in the kitchen with my eyes closed. What's happening?
You don't have to be fake, huh?
Just get here fast, okay? I don't know what's going on.
It's the man Lil Tony was talking about inviting him to the mountain to ask them about the... I was in the comments lurking and it was like Leaky and Ofe. Then I went back a year ago. So this incident happened a year ago. This didn't just happen. Lil Tony is speaking facts. If it took him a year to tell this story, bro, that mean bro was really like had to make sure his shit was straight. Like I bet he had to get all his ducks in a row. Okay, now it makes sense. Then I seen the vid. This is Ofe. This the little bro. This he look like the younger one. You can never tell. You know what I'm saying? But he with Big Red. He with Travis. These are not just, oh, I just ran into a celebrity. These ain't just average Joes. But you see how that first picture I showed you. You see how he living, right? He got real glitch cheese like that. Take your Bitcoin cheese. Like what happened to bro that took 200 Bitcoin? He like on that type of time. When it comes to bread, so that Tony is telling you, especially the part when he said his face opened up, everybody can't see that. The only reason why he can see that because he has discernment and he got a real... I don't want to get too deep on here, man, but everybody can't see certain things. Y'all remember the demon face syndrome that was floating around? I didn't see people shift before, you know, but you can't really explain that to people. But folks be... Why you think I be saying glitches? I didn't make that up, but it just really, really... Look at them cars, though, they driving. That's the McLaren, the 3-seater he was talking about. That's the whole drop.
And then like even like that freaky weird pedo shit that be going on, like you hear about it, but it's dark and demonic energy that this industry was built on. And people manipulate young women, they manipulate kids, and at the end of the day, it's all for the dollar and all to feed their ego. So I've seen some shit where you're like, that's just not right. Like that's just, that person shouldn't be talking to that person. That person shouldn't be in the room with that person alone. That person shouldn't, you know, but on the other side, what I've also seen is some very innocent situations get turned into things that have nothing to do with the person or the position in power, but because it was manipulated from the other side, it made someone who was just trying to operate within the system look bad. I mean, like I said, like I've been part of lawsuits where I wasn't even in the same city, but because it was an event that I sponsored or it was a movie.
Damn, man, that's a... Didn't it look like there was something floating in the air too?
Oh, you sons of guns, I knew it. I knew that these mountains were actually petrified colossal trees. Look at the wood structure here. We know that this is wood. And then have a look at the side of this mountain. It is wood, guys. It is petrified wood. I mean, look at this. Buddy literally goes to a side of a mountain and just starts peeling the wood away. Look at how massive this is. It's all wood on the side of this mountain. It's so obvious. It's right in front of you guys. Now, wood doesn't just rot, it can mineralize. Have you ever seen the petrified forest of Arizona? Absolutely incredible. Massive trees that have been petrified and turned into crystal. And these massive petrified trees can be found all over our world. This is what the Bible told us. This is what our ancestors told us, that we used to live in a much bigger realm. And I want you to ask yourself this. Does this truly look like a mountain to you? Or does it look like a tree stump with a flat top? All of these huge mountains with flat tops used to be colossal trees, petrified trees from a very long time ago. They came down, they cut them all. You could see the column-like structures turned into stone. This is a petrified stump. Trees. They're all trees, guys. The fact that we already have human-size petrified forests like in Arizona proves that these are massive, colossal tree stumps. The evidence is right in front of you guys. We used to live in a much bigger realm. Now, petrification can happen a lot faster than we have been told. When ash, pressure, and floods hit all at once, think about all these cataclysmic events that have been whispered and echoed throughout all of our ancient past. Petrification can happen very fast, guys. And what you're looking at right now is exactly that. Every single culture speaks of the giants, the Nephilim, the Titans, the Yontar, whether it's giant beings, giant architecture, giant trees. It's all over our ancient history, and the evidence is right in front of your face. You just need the eyes to see. I mean, like, come on. The obvious evidence is right there, guys. It's right in front of you. My question is, who cut all of these trees down and why? What happened to our ancient past? And why was all of this so obviously hidden from us? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and make sure to
Stay curious, stay questioning.
Somebody please explain this to me. This is happening in Seoul, South Korea. Has Western civilization become an art exhibition?
Was that a musical or something? Play?
Have you heard of the Mountain Dew conspiracy theory?
Mountain Dew? No, I haven't.
This one's fun.
Let's hear it.
Every time Mountain Dew makes a marketing push for a new drink or a new flavor that they have, it coincides with a world event that typically isn't that great.
That's terrifying. Let's hear it.
So Mountain Dew Code Red came out in 2001.
I know what event happened then.
3 months later, after it came out, 9/11 happened.
This is not good.
Maui burst. Right after they dropped that, 3 months later, the wildfires happened in Maui.
Wow, that's crazy.
Are you ready for this one?
Ready.
The Star Spangled Splash came out last year. Do you know who wrote the Star Spangled Banner?
George Washington.
Francis Scott Key. What bridge fell last year in Baltimore? The Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Oh.
Yes!
3 months after?
That's kind of like immediately after that one. Black. A few years ago, we had a blackout in the IT world. July 19, 2024. Various IT systems around the world experienced an outage.
Mountain Dew dropped it and it went dark.
Yes. Another one. Tropical swirl. Crazy hurricanes that wouldn't end in Southeast America just a few months after they dropped that flavor.
They also, I just looked it up, they're dropping a mango rush flavor.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be a flood.
It literally might be.
And you can only get it at Little Caesars.
Ooh.
So where are the most Little Caesars, Zach?
Did you look that up?
No. But we saw one in Houston, Texas.
So you think there's going to be a flood in Houston, Texas?
There might be.
You want to hear something really fascinating?
Sure.
The evidence shows that somewhere in the Amazon, this could be 8,000 years ago, even 30,000 years ago, because they're finding caves in the Amazon that were inhabited 30,000 years ago, way before people thought that people were supposed to be in the Amazon.
Where have they found these caves exactly?
The southeastern side of the Amazon. There's one archaeologist, his name escapes me right now. He has been down in the Amazon his entire life and has found multiple cities. These are cities that are made out of earthen mounds. What they would do is they'd have these buckets and they'd build like earthen mounds and pyramids, and they would build these canals to each other, and they build these raised streets so that, you know, it rains so much so you can walk on a road without it being flooded. And then when it would rain, the little canals and aqueducts that they would build, they had these little boats, and they would sail to other cities in the center of the Amazon through artificial rivers that they had created.
Mike definitely stopped me from working with a lot of people at that time.
Like who?
Just a lot of artists. A lot of artists was calling me to work at that time, and Mike was just like, "I'll pay you not to work with them." And it wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing of I'll pay you not to work with them because they're not good or anything like that. It was more so I need you here, focused and locked in on what we're doing.
You always hear the conspiracy theories, like, you know, they be like, "Oh, Bill Cosby was trying to buy NBC." Michael's the only person I believe they really tried to railroad like that because of what he did with the publishing in the music industry.
I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me because I just did good business, you know. So the way they get revenge is to try and destroy my album.
Talked about it all the time. One thing I will say is that in the studio, he would always talk about how he lived in a certain fear. And I used to always try to reel him in a direction like, yo, you only supposed to fear God. No man should have you living in that space. But he lived in that space a lot because he felt like he had something that was so valuable, which he did. He had something so valuable that people wanted. People for so long have said, Michael owned the Beatles catalog. No, Michael owned Sony ATV.
That's right.
Which is Babyface, Mariah, the Beatles.
Beyonce.
Probably some of my catalog was in there. And they did a deal with him that, you know, forever he felt that they wanted back.
You think they threw all those cases at Michael because they wanted it back?
I think it could have had something to do with it. I'm not going to say exactly that, but it could have had something to do with it. But I believe none of it because I was around Mike all the time and I knew the kind of person he was. So I'm like, they really trying to kill his character.
Yeah, I don't believe
And
it.
he would say it, like, he'd be like, they just can't stand that I'm the greatest. He would literally say that. The one thing I can tell you about Michael that I started to learn was his family was strong. Like his family, like when they got together and wore all that white, they were wearing those white, going into court each day, you saw that unity in a different type of light. You're like, oh, yo, these Jacksons, they're not playing around with this. They unified. And I think that helped him, even though he was like probably going through it mentally weak and all of that. It's tough when you know you pretty much own something that everybody wants.
And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
There's absolutely no reason why our heart rate should even be reading. Because I'm not touching the doll, so it can't be reading me.
And then it turned off. Bro, you better chop the head and throw it.
Right now I'm going to take you guys to one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive grocery store in the United States of America. So let's go check it out really quick. And there's the houses. There are a lot of just kind of small houses up on stilts because this is all tundra. The crazy part is it's only about 2:30 in the afternoon and it's almost dark out. There's a school bus in the village. All the kids are getting off school right now. And this is the Kupik Corporation, and this is also a grocery store right here. Let's go check it out. As you guys can see, it is not cheap to live out in the village up here. Everything you get is extremely expensive. You do get paid more if you can find a job, but it costs a lot to live out here. There's the playground there. Here's the school right there. The career fair is happening in the gymnasium back here, so that's where we're heading right now.
Yeah, this is, I think, well, I'm a little biased.
Well guys, back in the hotel room. Morning guys. We're heading south, back to Anchorage. We're almost back home, and that was a very successful trip. That is the most amount of people I've ever had road tests in the village, and a lot of people have their licenses now, which is really cool. It really helped out a lot of folks.
I'm sorry, but that food looked not the best. That food looked nasty as hell. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I can't. And it got the devil's meat on the plate. No, that pork, bro, can't even do it. But man, y'all let me know how y'all feeling. But I seen a video, not by him, but on YouTube, and I'm not sure if that's the same location. But I heard the reason why it's so expensive is because they have to get the shipments up there, and it's a hell of a lot to get the shipments up there. Because y'all know they way up. Alaska is, like, to me, one of the most forgotten about places in the United States. And there's some parts up there, I heard it's hella wooded areas. The most a lot of people who go missing, it happens in Alaska. I heard that too. A lot of UFO activities up there as well. I heard there's the reptilian base up there in Alaska. They seen there. I heard they're seen through the waters up there too. I heard some crazy shit about Alaska, but I've seen a clip somewhat like that, but I'm not sure if it's the same city. Cause the dude I was watching, he ended up going to get, I think it was whale meat, and the guy in the video was like, well, we're not supposed to hunt and sell whale meat or something like that. I think, quote me if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, let me know, but you know, don't take it all the way to the bank, because I was watching it, but I was kind of doing other things as well. But shout out to Alaska. Shout out to Alaska. Anybody from Alaska been there, man? Let me know if this is all facts or if this is cap. Let me know what's real and what's not.
All right, let's have a look at this 168-year-old Bible and see what it says about the giants.
Ever notice that in the Bible, God says that the giants were here before and after the flood? Let's go ahead and read it in this 168-year-old Bible. So here we are in Genesis 6, and it says, "And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." Okay, so going back, see that it says there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that.
So we know that these old religious texts always used to speak about giants. Our ancestors always used to speak about giants, and the evidence can be found all over our ancient world. There was a cataclysmic event that turned these giant beings, these giant trees, into stone. They were petrified. They were cut down. This is a massive giant tree. All the flat tops that you see on these mountains, they're all giants. And you can see this is Naka Cave. This was a massive snake back in the day. Massive gorilla, all of these petrified beings found all over the world. The evidence is right in front of you. It's been written into religious text, carved into stone, guys. The evidence is right here. You just need the eyes to see. It's everywhere. Who do you think built the pyramids? Who do you think built all these massive cathedrals and structures? It was the giants. And maybe the stories of Medusa were correct, who knows? But all we know is that we can find these petrified beings all over the world. This is not just a simple rock formation, guys. These are giant beings. And you just need the eyes to see. Once again, guys, the eyes are useless when the mind is blind, but the evidence is right in front of you. They're trying to cover up our real history. This is a really good example. You know when you put your foot in the mud, how the toes, when they go in first, the mud comes up a little bit. It's the same thing right here. This guy's my favorite. They say that this is a carving. Look at the beard. Look at the hair. This is a petrified giant.
Facts. Facts. Let me know if y'all believe in giants. Let me know if you don't. Let me know if you think that something happened to them and petrified them. Let me know if y'all disagree with what I said and I was like, some of the trees I don't think humans chopped down. I think giants, some giants was flipped and did that shit. I think there's good and bad of everything. Everything. That goes for everything. I say that again. There's good and bad of everything. Just because one person did it don't mean all of them people was bad. Just because one lion bit your ass don't mean all of them gonna do the shit. So let me know y'all thoughts, man. Again, y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I ain't gonna hold you. You watching on your TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7 as well. But I love y'all, Collective. Until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my count. Sheesh, at the amount.